Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and our 2013 playthrough. Tonight we head to the Temple of Speed. We're going to Monza, the Italian. And it is the day of the Grand Prix. We have about 2.5 mil in the bank. We've got some upgrades on the way. Let's take a quick gander at those. There you can see new chassis, underfloor, rear wing and side pods all up, in the design process. We're a couple of weeks away from 3 of them and just about 3.5 weeks away from the rear wing. And I'm really hoping that those parts will give us a nice little boost. And also, more importantly, give our expertise a nice boost, ready for that final round of upgrades, which should hopefully drop with about 3 rounds in the championship still to go. So, that's where we sit going into tonight's Grand Prix. We have the best car in terms of top speed and DRS. We have the best dirty air tolerance. We're very good on tyre wear, we're very good on engine cooling, but we are very average in terms of cornering. Monza, very much a point and squirt kind of circuit, a lot of just flat out sections, but there are some corners and we do need to be able to carry the speed through those, so we should be good. This might be one of our best chances of actually getting another win in the remaining Grand Prix, until we can maybe get that downforce a little bit higher. With our car as it is, this is probably our best chance to pick up another win. So we'll see if we can. We do have a back-to-back Grand Prix straight afterwards. We've got Singapore in the following week. So again, no upgrades there. And there you can see where our main upgrades are going to drop, just there in 15 days' time. And we will have plenty of time, I hope. Plenty of time to get those ready before we go to Suzuka. We've got a really big 5-week gap, so that'll be good. That'll be very good to get those parts built and on the car, and get the next round of upgrades started, hopefully, as well. Right, let's see. We've got Dino and Wayne in the chat. Good to see you guys. Hi to everyone else who's lurking as well. Please do feel free to say hello, and if you've got any questions, ask away, and I'll see what I can do to answer those for you. Right, let's deal with our inbox. So we are looking at cold temperatures, which means a 2-stop might be the way to go. If we take a look here, you can see it's 19 degrees on race day predicted. We've seen that these predictions don't always hold true. 15 degrees on Friday and Saturday, a little bit cooler. We can use these as a kind of an idea as to what the track temps are going to look like on race day, but we do have to take that pinch of salt that sometimes what the game says and what it does are very different things. So there's no guarantee that it will actually be cold and we'll be able to just thrash the tyres without remit. We shall see how that goes. Going into the race preview, here are the current standings. Seb is top with 195 points, 8 points clear of Fernando, who has 187. Hamilton on 184, so the top 3 very, very close. Schumacher just a little bit further away, 171 points. So we've got a little bit of work to do to get right up into that title picture, but we have been steadily closing the gap on and off over the last half a dozen races or so. Jensen now into triple digits as well with 101 points in 5th. Is very much best of the second drivers, ahead of Paul di Resta, Pastor Maldonado, Nico Rosberg. So that's all good. And then with the Constructors' Championship, we do actually have the lead there. We've got a nice little 5-point gap over Mercedes. We're on 272 to their 267. Red Bull on 257, a further 10 points back. And Ferrari starting to lag behind a little bit. They're on 229 points. Evening, Adrian. I look like I've just woken up. No, I've been up for hours. Not wearing the cap, though, because it is still quite warm in the room. I've got a bit of a headache, which might explain my kind of look. And I'm, putting the hat on just does not help my headache. So we're going without the headgear for now, but it is there in spirit on top of the live bird statue. Evening, Farah. Evening, Yes. Good to see you. Let's take a quick look at the Ferrari going into this race and see if they've managed to get a bit of an improvement, because we were comfortably faster than them in terms of straight line speed, and we still are, but not as much. So we're almost 1 kilometre an hour faster than them. Got a nice little acceleration boost. Their DRS is terrible, look, 67%. However, they are better than us across the board in terms of downforce. Not by a huge amount in the medium speed, slightly bigger margin in the low speed, and definitely a decent margin in the high speed. Dirty air, we've got a nice 10% margin over them there. And then we've also got much better tyre wear. They're down to just 77.75%. So not kind on its tyres either, this Ferrari. It's not particularly quick in a straight line. It's not got great acceleration. It's got terrible DRS. Its dirty air performance isn't amazing. And it's got not very good tyre wear. So the Ferrari definitely is struggling. Is there a better car for Nico Rosberg? We want to change here. And let's take a look at Nico's car. Nico's car is a little bit quicker, a bit more acceleration, a little bit more DRS. It's given up a small margin on the medium and high speed to do that. It's also gained some engine cooling, so looks like Nico's got the upgrades at the moment. Fernando having to make do with the previous spec of car. Now let's take a look at Mercedes. We've got Paul di Resta in car 1 and Lewis Hamilton in car 2. They are running identical cars, so let's compare ours to them. We have about the same margin of speed over Ferrari as we do over Mercedes. Not as big a margin in terms of acceleration, but we are still quicker than them. And we do have a pretty good DRS margin as well, about 8%. So pretty nice there. They're not too far ahead in the low speed. They are a fair bit ahead in medium speed, and they're a good margin, a very good margin ahead in the high speed. We do have better dirty air performance and slightly better tyre wear, so a lot closer with the McLaren. What they lack in outright speed, they certainly make up for in being way better than us in the corners. And next up is the Red Bull. Let's take a look at the two Red Bulls. Both running identical parts, so let's compare our car to the Red Bull. We have more than 1 kilometre an hour in terms of straight line speed over them. Wow, I did not expect that. And their acceleration's really bad. It's actually the worst of the 3 main rival teams. So that's nice. Their DRS is also not particularly good. They're 8% and change behind us. They're only just ahead in the low speed. About half a 0.05 G ahead of us in the medium speed, and well, almost a complete 1/10 of a G ahead in the high speed. So that's definitely where we're lacking in that area there. Dirty air performance though for the Red Bull, again, really bad. Only 76% effectively. So a nice healthy 14-point margin there. We have slightly worse tyre wear. We're down about 4.5%. Slightly better engine cooling, the car's slightly lighter. I'm amazed the Red Bull is not as quick as the Ferrari in a straight line. I honestly thought that would be right up there with us, but it's not. So yeah, that's a big surprise. But they have by far got the best downforce, at least in the high speed. So yeah, they're making up for their shortfall in speed, definitely in cornering ability and tyre wear. They're very kind on their tyres. So let's get ourselves set for today. Target is going to be 3rd and 5th, and we are just about ready. Evening Farah, evening Yes, evening Adrian again. Let's head to Monza.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the Italian Grand Prix. We return to Monza, the Temple of Speed, The loyal Tifosi are gathering in hopes of a homecoming victory, but everyone here is united to watch Formula One cars roar around the lowest downforce circuit on the calendar.
At the top of the constructors' standings right now, it's McLaren. And while there are plenty of rounds left, the teams know their time is slowly running out.
Our weekend action starts here.
What a difference a season makes. At the beginning of this year, we were routinely being announced as on thin ice with the board. And here we are now leading the Constructors' Championship. But we do still have work to do if we want to get Schumacher to the top of the driver standings. And we are starting to run out of races. This is round 13? Yeah, round 13. So we've got 6 races to go after this. And then that's it, championship over and series over. So including tonight, we have 7 attempts left to get Schumacher up to the top to try and win that 8th world title. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tight, especially considering that deficit that we do have to Red Bull and Mercedes in cornering. Ferrari are going to be sort of in the mix, but behind the other two, I think, unless Alonso can pull out some absolute magic. And you never know, this might be the circuit that he does it. So, we are going to start with just a single setup. We'll start by taking those engines out for practice. We're going to be putting them back in for the race. We want our car to be as quick as it possibly can be. Let's leave that gearbox in, that's fine. We've got 2 more gearboxes left. When I split the screen, the text at the bottom becomes quite pixelated. Yeah, I only do it just in very small, windows. I don't tend to do it too much. But I will keep that in mind. Thank you for letting me know just how blurry it gets. Evening, Johnny. Again, we are good to just go with that. That's only our 2nd gearbox there for Jensen. Setup. We want to go really low downforce. We're going to go with a 1.5. We're going to go with a 9. We're going to go. Actually, it's a little bit too much. We're going to have to try it 2, maybe. We're going to go with a 1.9. We're going to go with a 3, and I'm going to stick that up to a 1. I'm going to see how that works. I normally like to go with like a 1 or a 1.5 around this circuit. So 2 is a little higher on the front wing than I normally go. So we'll see if we can get away with a slightly lower front wing for Schumacher. Let's get his setup on. So 1.5, a 9. Yeah, there we go. He's right on the edge there, so that's fine. Again, we'll go with a 1.9. There is a chance it could be a 2.8, maybe even a 3.7, but it's generally a 1.9 or a 2.8 around the circuit. Camber's usually around the 3.1 mark, and toe's usually quite high, around the 1. So that's a pretty solid starting setup for this circuit. Minor tweaks might be needed, but we'll see how we get on. We're going to stick a little bit more fuel in, just a little bit, not too much more. Extra 3 laps. There we go. Same for both cars. Go, and off we go.
Sessions should be starting now.
Ferrari running both rookies, Balthazar and Nazar, both getting a run out today. Evening up, Joe. Aston's upgrades look to have worked. Well, I didn't see how they did in FP2. I completely forgot about FP2, but I did have a look at FP1. I know that Alonso was being told to stay off the curbs, and shortly after that, Stroll had a suspension failure.
And we want to
I haven't really dived into just how different the car is. just yet, but that's something I will be doing tomorrow before qualifying, I think. Let's see if I can maybe watch the Grand Prix somehow tomorrow. Let's get Schumacher on track. So 25 degrees, that is about 10 degrees more than we were told it was going to be. No, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, we were told it was going to be 15 degrees, and it's 25. So again, this is what I said. You can have to take the weather with a pinch of salt, because it might say one thing and do something very, very different, and that is very much the case today. So if the track temperature is around 40 degrees, pushing the tyres really hard is not going to be the right strategy. Have a little rearrange behind me. The Silverstone display has now gone over to this box, which is just off the screen. And I've got my 4 Jordans here. So the 97, the 98, and then behind I've got the 99 and the 2001. And they're the 4 variants of the wildlife Jordans, because the Buzzing Hornets actually did change quite significantly between 98 and 99. And then down here, we've now got Hakkinen back on display in the 2000, McLaren, and Coulthard underneath in the 2001. And then behind them, I've got Vine's Jaguar from 2001 and Alesi's Benetton from 97. So still got 2 more up here off screen. I've got the Toyota that you've all seen before, and Hamilton's 2007 McLaren, and of course the safety car just on top of the shelf up there. 4K stream not an option. I mean, it is, but it takes up so much more bandwidth. It's something I might consider bringing back. I did try it for a while, but it did start causing a lot of lag. I might maybe see if I can stream in, say, 1440p or something, just to boost it a little bit. And then I've got Mansell on top of the FW14B on top of the safety car, but that's staying in the box until I can actually get a proper display set ready for that one. It's going to be a while. So yeah, we've got Balthazar and Nazar out for Ferrari. They're both still in the garage. Who else do we have today? I should know who that is, and I can't remember who it is. Brendan Hartley and Jack Aitken both getting a run out at Sauber. Antonio Giovinazzi getting a run at his home track. And Alexander Rossi getting a run at Caterham. So who is the Williams driver? Past Williams, where are they? There we go, Giotto. Yeah, I mean, 4K streaming is nice, but I mean, it takes up so much bandwidth. And it then takes a long time to process up to 4K on a live stream replay that's 3 to 5 hours long. So, yeah, maybe I'll look at it, but for now, I'm quite content streaming in 2K. In 1080p. It keeps it ticking over nicely. Finished out. I think Alonso more likely staying. Well, Alonso's always said that it's not necessarily going to be tied to the performance of the car. It's going to be how he just feels. And he make his decision at the mid-season, after the mid-season break, or during the mid-season break. So, I mean, as much as he says it's not going to be tied to performance, I think if, at least this year's car, as long as he sees that there is a path forward for next year's car to be better, then I think he would probably stay. If he sees that the car might not be good enough to do much at all next year, that's when I think he'll say, right, done. And then I think it'll just be a straight car. I don't think he'll go to another team. I think, yeah, if he's hanging on as long as he can to try and challenge again, and if it doesn't happen, it's just going to be a straight retirement. I don't think he's going to move to another team and try the whole reset cycle all over again. Let's speed our drivers up a bit. There we go. Do have high hopes for our race today. This could be, as I say, our best chance. With the car in its current state, this could be our best chance of winning the race again. We have got a couple already. We have got a couple of wins. We've got that 1-2 in Austria, and we've got a 1-3 a couple of races later.
How's the balance?
We've got an optimal, so 97 or above for Jensen already, and
Understood.
it is absolutely perfect. Fantastic. Love to see that. Let's see what Schumacher thinks of his car. .94. A little bit of work needed for Michael's car there. We will call him in. We're going to keep Jensen out. And we are going to be handing back 2 sets of mediums through practice to get that extra set of softs for qualifying and the Grand Prix, just in case we do two-stop this. It's going to be either a two-stop soft medium, medium soft soft / soft soft medium, or it's going to be a one-stop medium to hard, unless, as I say, the track temperature goes way up, in which case we might try a medium to soft and protect the tyres. Maybe. Alright, so we just need a little tweak. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all we need to do. Just up the front wing to a 2. We'll see what he thinks. Turnaround time could just change in the front wing very quick. So straight back out again after just a few seconds in the pits. There's Maldonado behind us. Through comes Kimi. And we'll tuck in right behind him. Right, speeding him back up again. I know that they've completely changed their front wing. It's such a different philosophy on the front wing. The end plates have all completely changed. The higher up spokes have changed. The actual wing planes in the center of the wing have changed drastically as well. I know they've resculpted the side pod. Beyond that, I am not too sure what else they've done. But I will be, as I say, going into that in a lot more detail, you know, after the stream, just breaking down exactly what they've changed. I expect F1's Tech Talk will be all about the Aston this weekend. feedback is incoming from Michael. Did we get it right? Yes, we did. Look at that. Fantastic. So, both cars, I think, are running the same setup. And they're now both fully prepped. Yeah, I'm not sure when the new engine's coming. The initial plan when they were going to do an upgrade was to bring them both together. But I know it's going to take longer for the engine, so they decided to just go ahead and bring the car upgrade first, separately. Not sure what the timetable is for when that new engine will arrive. We've got a problem for Vern. He's quite high up at the moment, look. In E5. Let's take a look. There we go, we're fully prepped already. But we do need to send out medium tyres. That'll be the next session. Jensen's almost there. I'll send him out for the last couple of laps, just to get him up to 100% as well. And then we can take it easy for the rest of practice. Oh, the engine's due at Zandvoort, is it?
That's the checkered flag, mate.
Can we get him to 100 before he boxes? No, not quite. All right, there we go. That is the end of practice 1. A really, really easy practice for today. We got one car nailed straight away, and then the second car nailed on the second setup. So it's going to be a very, very straightforward, relaxing second and third practice, where we go out for a couple of laps, and then that's it. Very nice indeed. So we'll pop a quick break, and then we will blitz our way through the remaining practice and get ready for quali. Okay, no need for us to change fuel loads or anything like that. We only need to do a couple of laps with Jensen,
Green light.
1 lap with Schumacher. So we'll just let them go. Who's following us out? Which Sauber is that? That is Grosjean. I'm now hitting 100% before even Farah's cheating at us. What can I say? All right, let's get Michael in. Second set of mediums for Michael. Hand both of those back this session, and then we'll have 4 sets of softs for qualifying, with the extra set to come in Q3. And set us up very nicely for the weekend. We're only going to need 1 set of mediums, because we've got the set of hards as well. Just need a little bit more for Jensen, a little bit more track time. Oh, we had a crash.
Could be a...
Bruno Senna and Romain Grosjean. Lock up for Grosjean. Nowhere for... Well, I mean, Senna could maybe have avoided it, but it's a little
hope today.
Optimistic there. It's practice, after all. Very much Grosjean's fault. And again, let's call Schumacher in. Jensen, get you 100%. Get you 100. A bit more. Vern's part goes orange. There we go. Jensen's at 100. Call him in. And swap to a different set of mediums. Send them out. And bring him in. And that's it. We're done with practice for the rest of the weekend. We do not need to go and go out again. We'll automatically hand back 2 sets of softs at the next session, but that will leave us with 4 sets of softs going into qualifying, with the 5th set to be unlocked for Q3. So yeah, that's it. We can sit back and relax.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Stick a poll up in the chat for you. Who do you think is going to get pole position for this Grand Prix tonight? Someone is very optimistically thinking Ferrari. Get your votes in. Nobody thinking Red Bull are going to take pole. I mean, I know one of their drivers is Maldonado, but the other one's Sebastian Vettel, who is a back-to-back 4-time world champion. That is the end of practice 2. We're going to whiz straight into practice 3, and we're going to stay in the garage. So you've only got about maybe 5 minutes to get your votes in before we actually get to qualifying. I'll leave the poll up until the end of Q2. I think. That might change people's votes a little bit. Yeah, we have to manage the session rather than simulating, or else the drivers will go out, they'll mess up the setup, and they'll use up tyres I do not want them using. So let's hide our driver box so they can't accidentally be clicked to send them out. And speed time up.
Sessions should be starting now.
Track temperature. Actually, what is the track temperature? Let's have a look. Again, it's 25 degrees. It should be 15 degrees. It's 25. The track temperature is staying at 38.1. Or 38.4. So, yeah, I think we can throw the weather forecast out the window. Sam Lee said he'd love to pick Williams, but you doubt it. Yeah, they're not in the options. I've only put in the 4 teams that actually realistically have a chance of taking pole position here tonight. So far, with 10 votes, it looks pretty close. We are tied with Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari tied behind us. So 3 votes apiece so far for us and Mercedes, 2 votes apiece for Red Bull and Ferrari. The last 15 minutes or so of the session. Hamilton goes quickest so far. Now Vettel goes top. Where are the Ferraris? 5th for Rosberg, who's currently on mediums. Alonso's down in 20th. But he's on track. Let's see if Alonso has a little bit more pace. Up to 7th. This lap should be quicker as well. Not sure how much fuel is on that Ferrari, how long he's going for. Nice clean track, no traffic to deal with. We don't know the health of the engines for our rivals either. Alonso now takes another half a second off. Maldonado's popped himself up into P2. And Alonso's slightly quicker than Hamilton. Again, this is practice, so it's not by any stretch of the imagination, you know, a rubber stamp guarantee of what the pace is going to be in qualifying. But you know, we're seeing a bit of an improvement from Fernando. I mean, he's found 1.5 seconds in 2 laps. He was 1.9 seconds away earlier. Now he's half a second away. Speed things back up again at the end of this lap. As he rounds Parabolica. No improvement that lap. Right, let's speed him up.
Now the Ferrari's involved in this one.
Was that Alonso? No, it's Nico Rosberg. He dropped it. The Alone. Oh, he's just gone straight on. Oh, that was an interesting line.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Maldonado's got some damage. Looks like he has crashed somewhere. I didn't see a replay of that one. Maldonado doing Maldonado things. He's got very close to Seb's time, actually. Durash is out there. He will get this lap in. Let's see how quick it is. Didn't I do my own driver adjustments, or did the model already do it? Oh, Maldonado hit Rosberg. Oh, I didn't even realise. I just saw a very bad line for Rosberg. Kind of makes sense. It was a very odd line to take. Looks like he got punted from behind then. No, the app does everything. So it's changed all the liveries to their 2013 liveries. It's changed all the team wear, changed all the team names, badges, etc. Changed the drivers. And the staff for the most part as well. And there we go. That's the end of practice. So, qualifying up next. We'll keep the poll going until the end of Q2. So, if you haven't cast a vote yet, you will still have an opportunity. Let's see, though, how we do with new engines. Almost new engines. 95% or so. And fully prepared cars and drivers. Let's go into qualifying.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
The session will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3. With the slowest 5 drivers eliminated from each period, their best times will determine the grid for the upcoming race.
Haroon, don't you think it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the Alpine driver today?
They set a great lap in practice, so you can only imagine how good they're feeling going into qualifying. But the big question is, will they be able to keep this performance up?
So here we are, ready to resume.
Here we are indeed. So, let's get those engines switched over. Yeah, the Crofty and Karuna are very easily confused over who drives for who. But it all depends on who has been replaced as well. You know, whether someone, you know, a driver that's been replaced was previously in the 24 database assigned to a specific team. So that might be the reason as well. So, for example, say it's one of the Alpine reserve drivers, because Ocon and Gasly are actually both in this as young drivers. But let's say that one of the 24 database reserves, so let's say, I think, is it Kushmaini, was he in the base game database? Was he a reserve for Alpine? Let's say, no, Jack Doohan was. Let's say that Jack Doohan's been replaced with Pastor Maldonado. That might be why it's registering him as an Alpine driver. I'm not sure. Not sure how the game reads that data. Right, onto track we go. Let's see what we can do. We are going to be trying to slipstream, at least in Q3 anyway, if it works. We'll try slipstreaming before then as well, just to see if it does actually work. I don't want to go straight away because then we'll just hit traffic as we come around. I want to try and get through this session in as few runs as possible. So ideally one run, less so would be 2 runs. Once again, track temperature is 10 degrees higher, or sorry, air temperature is 10 degrees higher than we were told it was going to be. We were told it's going to be 15 degrees.
Okay, that's a green light.
Out goes Valtteri. Sam Lee's cheering on Bottas, and he is the first to leave the pit lane. Now Kimi Raikkonen leaves in the Force India. Now we're going to see if we can get the slipstream to work. Judging the distance between our cars is going to be critical, because if they're too close, then the second car will catch up to the first too quickly and then have nowhere to go at the end of the lap.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
That gap looks pretty good. Right, out comes... Is that Wickens? Yes, Robert Wickens coming out. But this is why I didn't want to go straight away, because he'd been popping out right as we were coming around. I mean, if we'd gone immediately, maybe we could have got round clean, but... A few more cars coming out now. Jean-Eric Verne, Romain Grosjean, and Sebastian Vettel all popping out. Valtteri laying down sectors for us to beat.
Tyre temperatures are good. Tyre temperatures look good.
That's good. Slightly too big. It might have got just a tiny bit too big.
From the lap.
We are going to hit a little bit of traffic. We're likely going to catch the back of Vettel. Vettel is in a decent place. Raikkonen now with 27.9 first sector. That's our new target. Caterham is leaving the pits. That is Jules Bianchi. Not a good middle sector for Raikkonen though. There we go, 27.7, so we are the quickest in the first sector so far. Of course, we will find out how quick the Red Bull is very soon as well. And actually, we are far enough behind that we shouldn't catch him. Valtteri's time is a 1:20.2. Raikkonen is a second slower. Now to that middle sector. Button quicker in the middle sector. Vettel starts his lap. Got one of the Mercedes on the track as well, that's Hamilton. On his warm-up lap going through Curva Grande. It's a lot of traffic here for Vettel to get through. And Schumacher about 3/10 slower, which I wasn't expecting to be that far off. Let's keep an eye on Seb. As he goes past one of the Lotus drivers, that's Adrian Sutil. Into the Lesmos. Both of those guys get out of the way quickly, and that's Hamilton. Vettel arrives into Vialone, and now the Ascari chicane. Hamilton gets clear. That, I think, is Valtteri on his way back to the pits in front. Grosjean just went purple in the first sector. And goes P3. Oh, Seb has to take avoiding action at the last second then. But he wasn't looking great. I mean, he lost, what, 7/10 there. You take that away, he was still 7/10 away from us. I mean, we could be generous and say 8/10. Maybe a little bit more going on what Verne did, but he would still have been slower than us. So next up is Hamilton. And there's one of the Ferraris who's leaving the pits now. It's Fernando. And Farah's favourite.
Stop in front of our
timing
garage.
sheet here. Grosjean out of the way. Couple more cars in front. That's Force India. Oh, he's going to catch him in a bad spot. He's just gone purple in the middle sector as well. And Hamilton does lose time getting past... who is the second one? Jaime Alguersuari. So yeah, he's lost some time in the final sector here. See how much time he's lost. Quite a bit. 26.8. He lost over a second. 1.4 seconds to Bianchi, so you could say he lost 1.5 seconds. He'd have been right up there with us. Maybe even slightly ahead. So we stay top for now. Next up is Fernando. Really don't want to have to go back out again, but so far nobody's come close. Admittedly, the big hitters have not had clean runs. Let's see if Alonso gets one. Filio. Into Curva Grande, past the Williams of Marcus Ericsson. De La Roja. Now two Lesmos. Lesmo 1. And Lesmo 2. Ahead in Vialone into the Ascari chicane, and Fernando gets blocked as well. Wow, no one's getting a clean run. Maldonado has not had a clean run either. He's lost the same amount of time, I think, maybe. Di Resta splits our drivers. Somebody finally getting up there with us. Alonso only P13 about Maldonado. Maldonado gets up to P5, so I don't think he did lose time. It's not close. This is looking good so far. We might actually have a chance of pole position. I mean, it's still early days. There's still 2 more sessions to go. But feeling relatively confident at this stage. Of course, we need to see how much Alonso, Vettel and Hamilton improve by when they get a clean run. Completely discount Maldonado as well. He's not the best driver, but he's got a very, very good car. See what Caterham can do. Perez blasting down. Hulkenberg's got himself up to P6 in the Sauber. Just the run to Parabolica and then across the line now for Perez. Vettel's left the pits for another run. Perez gets up to P14. Rosberg needs to find something. Gutierrez gets past Alonso. Gutierrez goes to P10. Here comes Nico Rosberg. Did he get through without being held up? He might have done. This isn't a bad looking lap time for Rosberg so far. See what that final section does. It's good. It's up to third ahead of Schumacher. Will I try a toe in Q3? Potentially. Not guaranteeing it, but potentially yes. Raikkonen is closing out his lap. That's Vettel in front. He's about to start pushing and has started pushing, so he won't get in the way. Vettel has a little bit of clear traffic in front, for now anyway. Up to the line then for Kimi Raikkonen. And it's P5. Track is definitely improving. Currently 14 votes in the poll. It's 29% apiece for us, Mercedes and Ferrari. Not many people seem to have faith in Red Bull. I'm liking the mentality. But Unfortunately, it's not necessarily objective reality. Let's see how quick Seb goes here. Which Mercedes is that out on track? That's the rest are out for another lap. Yeah, Hamilton's on his still in the pits. Again, not the greatest middle sector for Seb. It's not too bad. A little bit of traffic here, but should get through without too much trouble. Might even get a tow here because that Lotus is starting to push. That's Bruno Senna. So Senna starts his lap. Vettel goes up to P8. He's still half a second away. Through goes Altasuari. 3 minutes 40 seconds to go. What state of my tyres at? 93%. We're going to try a slipstream run just to see how viable a strategy it is. Oh shit. Schumacher's got out in front of Button. That's not good. It means he's going to pull over the second. He leaves the pit lane. This is going to be tricky. If I can time it just right, we might be able to avoid that. There is Rosberg coming through to start his lap. And is immediately going to have traffic issues. I think he aborted the run. No, he's gone through. He's gone through. There he is. So it's Hamilton in front of Maldonado. And then Michael. And then Jensen. An interesting little train here. We don't need to run again. I just want to see if we can pull a slipstream run off. Busy. Rasta has improved his run slightly, I think. Still hasn't beaten Button's time though. Button did that in clean air. Here we go. Button's a little bit too far behind Michael. Michael's got a nice little gap to Maldonado.
Temperature's okay.
Maldonado right on the gearbox.
Drive straight out. Let's go.
He's gone purple in the first sector. Not too worried about that. Button with a much nicer first sector than Schumacher. What's Hamilton doing? 27 did not improve in the first sector. Now we've got to Resta up ahead. We've got some real traffic up ahead here. This could get very messy on the exit of Ascari here. It does. I think for all involved. Yeah, Jensen got caught in that as well. There's no point finishing the lap. Save the tyres. Wow, Alonso is at the bottom of the standings here. It's a good first sector. It's not purple, but then it wasn't going to be. Maldonado getting that toe. Did Hamilton improve? Where's Hamilton? Yeah, Hamilton's up to third. Good lap so far from Fernando. Perez gets out of the way. Round Parabolica and to the line for Fernando. Can he progress? Of course he can. He goes quickest. Finally somebody goes top of the timings, but he did it with the track at its absolute best in the session, whereas we did ours with the track pretty much at its worst. So I'm feeling confident. Feeling confident that we've got a real good shot at pole position. We still don't know the true pace potential of Vettel. I think Hamilton just about got away with it. But Williams are out. Bottom. They're slower than the Marussias. 20th. 19th for Verne and Wickens, 21st and 22nd for Ericsson and Bottas. Sorry, Sammy. Welcome back, boss. That is the end then of Q1. We'll have a little timeout and then we'll get Q2 underway. Into Q2. We're going to start with the scrub tyres from Q1. We're going to have another crack at getting the slipstream.
Sessions should be starting now.
Let's see if we can pull this off. The fact-finding for whether or not this is a viable strategy for Q3 or not. Will be Michael punching a hole in the air for Jensen.
Warm the tyres where you can.
And Rosberg's out early. Time for business. Let's get the team cap on as well. Alonso is also out on track, as is Jaime Alguersuari. That's one of the Racing Bulls / Toro Rossos. It's Daniel Ricciardo. Seth coming out. Oh, this could be bad. He might get in the way.
Tyre temperatures look good.
Maldonado as well. Yeah, we might have problems with the Red Bulls into Retifilio here. There's Seb. Stay out the way, Seb. Stay out the way. Right, that was good. That was good. Ron Dennis 2.0. Steve Martin, I think it was Martin Whitmarsh in 2014, wasn't it? Well, no, Dennis was back, I think, by that point. Yeah, Dennis was back. So Schumacher quickest, Jensen a little bit slower. Now, I've got the Ron Dennis hairline. Sure. Right, will Ricciardo stay out of the way? Schumacher having a really good lap here. I don't think the slipstream is going to work for us. So it's a 1:19.3 and a 1:19.7.
Just keep an eye on the
4/10
delta.
the difference.
The delta needs to be
Now
negative
we'll
at
get
the
out
end
of
of the lap.
Ricciardo's way. Will Schumacher get clear as well? Yeah, he'll be clear. Rosberg fractionally up in the middle sector. This is going to be very tight with Schumacher's time. Here he comes around the exit of Parabolica. And he does just beat us by 13 thousandths of a second. Now that's Maldonado starting his lap. Vettel's already gone through the chicane and into Curva Grande. So we're going to focus on Seb. Actually, Alonso crossing the line. And he splits our two drivers. He's 3/10 away. We're going to have one more go at the slipstream. Just a tiny bit of dust there for Seb as he hits Vialone, but he's purple. Oh, I think he just lost a bit of speed though. So if he doesn't go top, it's because he lost a little bit of ground. Coming out of Lascari. Yeah, he lost quite a bit of time, look, coming out of Ascari. Button in the way. Maybe Schumacher, I'm not sure which one it was. Maldonado goes top. Let's take a look at the poll.
So stopping him off.
15 votes, Ferrari. Favourites for pole position at the moment. Red Bull, who look to have some genuine pace once again, the least popular option at the moment. You've got 9 minutes to get your vote in. At the end of this session, we're closing the poll down. So if you have not cast a vote yet, now is the time to do so. I'm not expecting an improvement on this run. I just want to see if we can get a toe that works. Hamilton on his out lap. Here comes Di Resta on his flying lap. So yet to see what Mercedes are capable of here this weekend. Perez has gone quicker than Jensen. Again, we were using very scrubbed tyres. De Resta getting the benefit of a small tow there from the back of Maldonado's car. Is that going to help him? Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. He goes to P5, but he's quicker than Button. We might have to artificially shrink the gap slightly.
Use deploy.
Hamilton just went purple in the middle sector. He's hitting Parabolica now. This time we've got a really good slipstream gap here. Hamilton goes top by 35 thousandths of a second. Schumacher has the right size gap here. And goes purple in the first sector as a result. 27.6. In the Lesmos. The bridge into Vialone. No improvement in the middle sector. Jensen's having a good middle sector though. It should be an improved final sector for Michael. There we go. Jensen does improve slightly. Schumacher, I don't think did overall. I think the middle sector was too slow. Yeah, he was just a fraction slower. Down a tenth in the middle sector. Up 7 thousandths in the final sector, but up 7 hundredths just about in the first sector. So with fresher tyres and a little bit of clever manipulation, maybe we can actually pull off a slipstream. It's going to be really tricky to do, though. Really tricky to do. Let's get the cars back to the pits. Ready for a fresh set of tyres. Because I'm not convinced that Jensen's safe, especially with Vettel in the drop zone. Alonso flying. He's in clean air. Is he on brand new tyres? Yes, he is. So this is going to be Alonso's final run. He might not have time for another run after this. Well, that's 8 is fine already. He may just squeeze out, but we shall see. It's a quick lap. And across the line, and it is good enough for pole by nearly 0.3 of a second.
Pit lane speed limiter
Mighty
on.
lap. Seb on his
Stop
way
on
out.
marks.
We're down to 8th place. Fresh tyres for Seb. See if we can get a nice tow from the back of Rosberg. So Altasuari coming through to start a flying lap. Oh, that's going to break our toe. Maybe.
We want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Oh, a mistake from somebody. Is it Senna?
We've got a yellow
No,
flag here.
Perez. How is this sector 3? It's the second corner. Oh God, we are way too close. We are way too close. Another yellow flag. Altasuari running wide.
Now this happens down at turn 8. And that won't help
Yep.
their chances.
Into the
And they'll
gravel
find
on the
themselves
exit
at a
of
disadvantage if
Vialone
they
into
keep
the
on doing
Ascari
that.
chicane. This is going to be tricky.
You can start pushing.
Sector for Seb, who is currently in the drop zone, and is second away from Alonso. Strong opening sector for Schumacher, and Button goes purple in the slipstream. Vettel goes top by 10 thousandths, 100th of a second. Last 35 seconds to the pole. Cast your vote now if you haven't done already. Oh, come on with the traffic. Button needs a lap. He did not get what he needed. Can he cross the line in time? No. I cancelled the wrong car. Buttons out. Oh, what a disaster. We lost 3 seconds in the final sector and I cancelled Schumacher when I meant to cancel Button. Crap. I got my cars mixed up. Schumacher could easily have improved there. Is there a risk that now we will lose Schumacher as well? Raikkonen's improving. Hulkenberg just popped up into P5. Grosjean is at risk. Raikkonen improves. Schumacher down to 9th. I think we're safe. Yeah, Di Resta did not cross the line in time to start his lap. Di Resta is out. So even if Grosjean improves and knocks out Ricciardo, we are safe. Maldonado and Hamilton also did not cross the line in time to start their laps. Pole is closed. Chat seems to think that Ferrari are going to take pole today. I think it's probably going to be Seb. I'd like it to be us. There we go. Grosjean did not improve enough. He is out. He lost 2.5 seconds in the final sector. So he is out, along with Paul Di Resta, Jenson Button, Sergio Perez, Jaime Alguersuari, and Adrian Sutil. Oof. 1 car down, only 1 car left. So, here we are then, in Q3, but we only have 1 car left. It's Michael. We are going to go out on those tyres. And then we have a brand new set ready and waiting. I'm going to go straight out behind Hamilton. I'm feeling the tension. Can we actually overcome the odds and take pole position here? We can't use our own cars to tow each other now. So we're definitely at a disadvantage there. Same for Mercedes. Ferrari have got both of their cars through. Red Bull have got both of their cars through. And Rosberg is popping out right behind Sebastian Vettel here. So Rosberg looking to sneak a tow off the championship leader. But the second race in a row, Bruno Senna has made Q3 in that Lotus. He qualified 6th last night and got promoted to 5th with Rosberg's big crash, dropping him to the back of the grid, starting from the pit lane. I've judged this right, we should get a really good tow. If I've judged this wrong, Hamilton's going to pull over and let us through. Shit. I judged it wrong. Ah, bugger. Well, at least Hamilton won't get a tow from us. He'll be too far behind. And it does mean we'll be first across the line. So we're going to go top and set purple sectors. So that will give us the biggest possible boost. Let's pull up the telemetry, see what our top speed is. 214 miles an hour. Off the back of Raikkonen, maybe. Raikkonen was coming out of the pits. Or maybe he's just a little bit better in the braking zone than us. It's also, highly possible. 110 miles an hour before slamming the brakes on again. 26.4. I mean, these are decent sectors, but they're not what we need. Hamilton now 2 tenths up. This isn't going to be the lap. Come down to new tyres, I think. .25.2 isn't bad. We're 3 tenths off Hamilton. Let's see what Seb does. Rosberg fractionally quicker. Seb stays behind, but Rosberg goes a tenth faster. So Rosberg into second. Here's Alonso on his lap. Maldonado on his lap, warming the car, warming the tyres. Danny Ricciardo is looking to try and get a tow from the sister team here. Bruno Senna goes 6th with Hulkenberg 5th. Raikkonen now starting his lap. We are racing back to the pits. It took 5 minutes to do that that lap. We're not going to be able to get another run in and then squeeze in a third run. So we have to just now bide our time and hope that we can get a clean run and a quick run if we have any hope for pole position here. Fresh tyres are on. What can Alonso do? Slightly slower than Maldonado and Ricciardo. These, I think, are scrubs. Yes, they are. It's down a fair bit. Maldonado's in a good middle sector. Did he get held up by the Sauber of Nico Hulkenberg? It's all down to what they do across the line here. 25.2, he's up to second place. Ricciardo in 9th, where he's going to drop down to 10th. Alonso only good enough for 7th. Not a good lap for Alonso. Houghton is setting the pace, but there's more to come from Seb. Got to imagine there's going to be more to come from Alonso, maybe even Rosberg, and hopefully more to come from Michael as well. Part of me wants to go early, just make sure I get clean air. I don't know if I want to go clean air or try and get a tow. It's tough. I think I might pop out behind Hamilton or Vettel. Maybe even Rosberg. There's Rosberg. Let's go out behind him. A little earlier to go than I would like. We do run the risk of traffic. Alright, come on, Michael. I need you to pull out one of your special laps. Closer to Rosberg than we were to Hamilton, so I'm not going to jump the gun like last time. Hamilton and Maldonado are leaving the pits. Raikkonen's out on track, so is Hulkenberg. Senna and Alonso now leaving the pit lane. Oh man, I don't like this. Could get messy. This could get very messy. We're going to catch the cars, but hopefully we'll catch them in a place where they'll pull out the way. Hoping they'll all drive out the way from Curva Grande. Through Rettifilio. Into Curva Grande. Oh, fuck's sake. Why? All I can do now is hope that I've got enough fuel to be able to complete a flying lap. That's the second time I'm asking. By calling him in and cancelling it should now overwrite the automatic cancel. I hope it overwrites the automatic cancel. We'll check when he crosses the line. Rosberg got to second place. Hulkenberg's on a great lap. Yes, it has overwritten the automatic call in. Let me have enough fuel just to be on the safe side. Maldonado. We go purple in the first sector. Please have enough fuel. Please have enough fuel. Alonso just went purple in sector 1. Vettel did not cross the line in time. He's out. Vettel will not be able to challenge for pole. Alonso will. We only get to P4. We're 900ths of a second away. Alonso might just have enough here. He's got it. Oh my word. Chat was right. Ferrari got pole. Oh, but what could Vettel have done had he actually crossed the line in time? Can't believe he didn't make it. So glad we didn't wait for Seb. So Alonso has pole position. Hamilton will start second, then Rosberg third. Hulkenberg with that monster middle sector, 26-0, put himself up into fourth place. We will start fifth alongside Pastor Maldonado. Seb seventh behind us, then Senna, Raikkonen and Ricciardo. What a top 10. And Ferrari, first and third, will have a chance to jump Hamilton into Rettifilio on the opening lap here. This could be a dream start for Ferrari. We shall see. Right, let's just double check if there are any penalties or pit lane starts that need to be applied. I don't think there's any penalties that need to be done, but we'll check.
Well, it won't be long before the drivers hit the track for 53 laps around Monza in what should be a fast and fantastic race.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be.
Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. Welcome to race day, and before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
So, any penalties, any pit lane starts? Nothing listed. So, let's see. What is the predicted air temperature? It says 19 degrees. Doesn't help me there. Yeah, 25 degrees. So, yeah, we can't just thrash tyres. It's going to be too warm. It's going to be just under 40 degrees on track. So the one stop is still on, but we now have to be careful about how we use the tyres, I think. Do I want to run long on the mediums and then go to the softs, or do I want to go softs and run mediums after that? Do I start mediums? Do I start softs? Decisions. I think with Jensen, I will flip the strategy because he's starting outside the top 10. $112.28, $112.27. 2-stopper button? Not around here, no. Not with the temperatures as they are. We'll melt the tyres. And because we're running realistic racing, the tyres get too hot, they won't just lose a lot of grip. A lot of wear rate very quickly. They'll also lose a lot of performance, just in general as well. So yeah, it's one stop. I doubt we'll see any 2 stops here, unless somebody has some trouble with locking up or anything like that. We are going to throw in 2 extra laps of fuel. We're going to go absolutely gung-ho off the line and hope things work out okay. There we go. So, there's also the chance that Jensen could maybe prove to be a little bit of a moving roadblock for those that do box a little early. Depends how we can get him up the order quickly. So, we are prepped and ready. We're going to take a quick time out, and then when we return, we will get the Monza Italian Grand Prix underway.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. There'll be plenty closely watching the Alpine driver in this one.
Fighting for points is definitely possible from P8. The team just needs to get their strategy right.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
We're off. Let's very quickly just tweak the settings here. Give ourselves the best chance. We've got a good launch.
Nice to get past.
A lot of cars starting on mediums. We're not going to go medium hard. Hamilton's been gobbled up as I expected he would by Rosberg, but we might get him as well here. And we do. Very nice. Oh, and Hamilton gets pushed off. Is that going to cost him? No, it's not. Senna has damaged his underfloor. Button's up to 10th. Evening, Army. And Schumacher's up into second. Let's see him make that move on Rosberg. Oh, lovely. Into De La Roja. Around the outside on the entrance. There's the inside line through the exit. Alonso has started scampering away. Check on Jensen.
Maximum PU cooling. Pick clear air if you can.
Gonna get up the inside there. Oh, Di Resta with that extra grip from the softs, punching his way through. Schumacher's on Alonso.
Cool and calm.
Still no way through.
Now we should be able to
So
take
we got
a look.
ahead briefly
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner.
there.
It's certainly inviting.
And then Alonso pushes through with a bit more battery. He's out of battery, I think. No, he's got 55% battery left.
And we've got a new race leader.
His battery didn't change, unless he hadn't got any harvesting left. Might be that. Rosberg has caught right up. Here we go. Oh, we squeezed him out. We squeezed him out. And there we go. We lead the two Ferraris. Jensen fighting with Paul di Resta again. Still fighting again. Soft tyres.
There are opportunities ahead. Car behind
You always
is
empty your
Perez
fuel
now.
so you save the entire race. Yeah, I mean, in some races it works, not here. You lose so much more time fuel saving than you do pushing around here. Because this is not just, you know, this isn't how hard you're pushing the engine. This is, you know, your braking distance. So if you're attacking the braking zone like this, if we have a safety car, I'm very tempted to box and go soft, but it'll be silly at this point. Yeah, this is your braking distance. So if you're on attack mode, your braking distance going into a high-speed corner where you hit the brakes is significantly reduced. Whereas if you're in lift and coast, you know, in conserve mode, you're braking very early, just lifting and coasting in. You lose a lot of time around a circuit like this, where it's, you know, flat out into fast or medium speed corners or chicanes. So Senna is out with a broken underfloor. Hamilton's into the pits. Yeah, so he broke his underfloor. He damaged his underfloor on the exit of turn 2 at Rete Video on the first lap. And then looks like he got pushed out. Maybe with contact, maybe not. But he went over the curves into the Ascari chicane, and that completely destroyed the underfloor. So Hamilton in. The rest is coming in as well. I did wonder if we would see some cars box and go hard tyres, and both of the McLarens have done that. Whack-a-mole down here. So Jensen now in P8. A lot of cars boxing for for hard tyres, but they're now going to have a huge amount of traffic to punch through. We lead this Grand Prix. and save some extra fuel as well,
More lift and coast.
so we can attack all the way through. So what happened to Ericsson? Because Ericsson has damage as well. Did he break his underfloor somewhere? If so, he's a ticking time bomb, just like Senna was. He goes over a curve badly, he will break his underfloor. And that'll be it. He'll be out. We've been built. Perez with an issue. We might actually hear what that is.
I'm losing a bit of power in the streets.
Perez, one of the few drivers in this championship who actually has voice lines. We may get the safety car coming in at the end of the next lap. Let's get a little poll going. See who has faith in me and who doesn't. Somebody's already said no. Somebody believes in me. Looks like the safety car staying out another lap. Close the pole at the halfway point of the race. So you've got another 20 laps or so yet.
Pack is high.
Split at the moment, 50-50, right down the middle. 3 votes yes, 3 votes no. Sure, his tyres are melting and we can't do anything about this. we're right behind the safety car. It's not helpful. Those on the hards are still going to have to box again. What we might see is them absolutely thrashing them. And then boxing for another set of hards later in the Grand Prix. They may go soft, they may go medium. Depends what tyres they've got available, but an early stop like that for hards does mean maybe they've got another set of hards available. And still, the safety car is not coming in. Maybe driving in, avoiding curves will help keep some of that heat out of the tyre, but this is not ideal. This is really not ideal for Schumacher's tyres. Our batteries are full. Engine temps are nice and low. Nice big extra chunk of fuel to burn off. Probably enough for now.
Suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Need that safety car to come in at the end of this lap. The longer it stays out, the worse this is going to be for Schumacher. Is the one stop even viable from this point? Yeah, just. They could try and go the distance. Don't know if that would be the right move. I mean, they would be very slow. In the closing stages of the race, anyone who comes out with fresher tyres would theoretically be able to blitz past them. And there we go. Safety car is coming in.
Use overtake. Okay, let's see if we can get past.
So, going to keep the tyre in low push just to cool them down a little bit more, but we are going to go full attack on battery and braking distances.
Safety car in for entry now. Okay, overtaking is allowed when you cross the line.
Schumacher's off. And we just about caught Alonso napping a little bit there, but he's got a slipstream. So he will close right back up on us very quickly. Maldonado dropping down. Grosjean has a fault now.
Maximum PU cooling.
brave, be brave. Ah. We've got the 1 second gap. Not going to overcome the slipstream like that.
DRS enabled. Cool and calm.
There we go, Jensen's through. Vettel gets past Rosberg. And we get into the slipstream and DRS of Pastor Maldonado here with Jensen. We're out of battery with Schumacher. Alonso may be able to have a run of us. We're out of Button's battery as well.
Pack is low.
And Alonso does get through, but did he get through before the detection point?
Recharge on.
I think he did, which means he'll get DRS. Yeah, we didn't get it. Got the slipstream though. So Ericsson's had a mistake. He's dropped way down the order. Lost out to Hamilton, Grosjean, De Resta, Ricciardo and Gutierrez. Only Verne not able to get through.
And recharge on.
Hey, somebody has faith in me. Thank you. We are at 57% to 43 in the poll now. We're winning this race.
High temperature management looking very good.
Hamilton now past Wickens, so up to P14. Hulkenberg slipping, and Maldonado's going to have a look.
Okay, right now you're P7.
Couldn't get there.
Gap 0.7.
Can we capitalise on that?
1.5. Let's attack. Use overtake.
We get alongside Maldonado, but we just lost the DRS. Maldonado has to ride the curb and will instantly go on the attack against Hulkenberg as well. Still a clean air. Let's turn that off.
Recharge button on.
There we go, back into Alonso. So, P2 and P6 at the end of lap 12. Grosjean's car gets a little bit worse again. So he's trying to push away from us, trying not to let him do that. Tricky. But, keeping hold of that slipstream is going to be important. We have another aggressive little push here with Jensen.
Overtake button. Tyre and plan update.
Couldn't quite get through. Got another opportunity here. Nope. Rockenberg just easing in front of us again.
I think there's still opportunities here.
Alonso once again just edging clear of us. We don't want to push the tyres, but we might have to.
Pack is low.
Oh, this is going to be... yeah, no. There we go. Hulkenberg gets through.
Recharge on is good.
Ease down the overtaking aggression so we're not pulling out of the slipstream too soon. Just have to bide our time a little bit with Jensen. Alright, let's go on the attack with Michael. Some good cornering performance. Got to get close enough to be able to start picking that slipstream back up and start rebuilding the battery. And Hulkenberg wobbling still. This is allowing us to stay close even though we're in harvest mode. Oh, we've got a collision. I think that's Di Resta.
Now it looks to be Lewis Hamilton involved in
no,
that.
it's Hamilton. Trying to make the move on, I think, Perez?
And not just one car
Perez.
involved in that,
Little
as you
coming
can
together
see.
between the two of
An
them.
unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver will know, this is an unforgiving sport.
Now there's a penalty for Hamilton.
The
So
time.
is that Lewis done in this Grand Prix? He's lost a little bit of time. But we've gained some good battery now, so we will come out of harvest.
Recharge on is good.
Calm the tyres back down a little bit into harvest mode with Schumacher. The plan now, I think, is going to be to just stay with Alonso for a bit until we're ready to box. Jensen has lost touch. He's now having to drive defensively to keep Maldonado at bay. When can we box him? 28. Another yellow flag out there. Robert
Let's
Wickens
take
running
a closer
wide.
look. Here we are going
Into
into
Vialone.
turn 9. Oh,
And
no.
that is how you
Wide
break an
they
underfloor.
go. Really?
Going over
They
those
must
curves.
be careful.
And then Jassen.
Overtake available.
Right, nice and close again. Get a bit more battery saved. Jensen trying to close back in on Hulkenberg and Rosberg. Broken away from Maldonado, but it's killed our battery to get there.
Focus on recharge.
Got about 7 laps left until I close the poll down. So if you haven't voted yet on whether you think I'm going to win tonight, time is ticking. Get Jensen back onto those guys again.
Recharge
Jaime
on.
Al-Jaswari
Good.
with a problem on his car now. Schumacher actually having a little look there. And Button got very close to making the move on Rosberg. I need to clear these two because I think I've got more pace than them. But we need a lot of battery and we need to get through very quickly as well as very cleanly. That's going to be tricky. Vettel is still lurking behind us. He's not quite close enough yet. He's not far away. Another issue for Perez.
I'm losing power, man.
Perez not happy. Oh, we have an opportunity here. Rosberg
He has DRS.
pulled out of the slipstream, and we got it off the back of Nico Hülkenberg, and we are through to P5. So now, if we can pick the right moment, we can break past Hülkenberg and just take off, hopefully. Got to make sure Rosberg doesn't come back at us before that happens. Hamilton overtaken by his teammate. Did he get pushed wide? I think he might have done. De Resta now into P13. Pit window opening up soon for Schumacher. I wonder if Rosberg is just I think he's trying to cool his tyres down, driving in clean air. This is where we try and break away.
Use overtake. You are P5.
Next car on track is Hülkenberg.
Was not the clean overtake I was hoping for.
Gap is 1.7. Still plenty of opportunities.
Alonso's sprinting. Is he thinking of boxing? If he's going to go for hard tyres, then yeah, we're getting close to his pit window as well.
Cool the car.
Jensen, why do you always just back out a little bit in situations like that?
Pick clear air.
This will work if we can get alongside and stay along. No, again, backed out of it.
There's still opportunities.
So annoying when he does that. We could have had the inside line, got the move done, and still had the DRS down the back straight. Now we have to get him here. That's it, switch back, switch back. Maldonado, Raikkonen, Sutil are all boxing. And we do finally get the move done. We're through. Right, so Maldonado in. Hard tyre. So it is going to be medium to hard one stop, it would seem.
Good job.
Yeah, Alonso's absolutely bolted, hasn't he?
He's 8 seconds ahead.
Problem now for Lewis. There's my cursor. There it is.
Got a vibration.
track is low.
It's already comfortably clear of Hulkenberg.
Recharge on.
Don't want to use the battery because we're going to need it to push as soon as we come out the pits. And there we go. Alonso's in. I am amazed. I was really expecting to see a medium to soft run here for Alonso. And then the tyre wear on the Ferrari isn't great. I think Seb's going to do what we're doing, softs to mediums. It's a terrible stop for Rosberg. Where's Alonso? Oh, he feeds out ahead of Jaime. Damn it. I was hoping, really hoping that he would get stuck behind Alguersuari, Perez and Hamilton. Not to be the case, unfortunately. Hulkenberg's coming back at us. Come on, Michael. I need you to push as hard as you can. Last call for the votes. Getting in the way of both of the Mercedes drivers again. Stays out. Alguersuari's into the pits. This will be for hard tyres, no doubt. I still think those who boxed under the safety car at the beginning of the race on the hards are going to need to stop again. They may well have softs waiting for them. Robert Wicken's coming in the background in the Marussia.
Overtake available.
Valtteri making a mistake.
So we're
with
heading
Della
now
Rosa.
into turn 5. Oh, and they need to be watching those track
That's
limits.
cut the inside
They've
curve
got to
there.
be careful and watch the car there.
What's Alonso actually doing lap time wise? We'll find out at the end of the lap, but he's already comfortably clear of those two. They've both got past Perez now. Perez is struggling.
Okay,
Hulkenberg boxes.
now.
That takes a little bit of pressure. With a yellow flag, please be. I was going to say, please be a VSC. That would have been perfect. But it's not. It's just Gutierrez wide into
Now
Villalone.
this is where the RB driver's involved. And they just can't keep on the track.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Oh, that would have been absolutely glorious to get that. It's going to be a C just there. Also, 123.1. What's the gap? We might get out for Hamilton. I think we'll come out probably behind the rest of it. Vettel's caught us. And he boxes as well. Oh, no. He might jump us in the pits because he's behind us in the pit lane. So he might get released and hold us back. Please be a bad stop. Please be a bad stop for him. Nice. Nice. We slot back in front. Jensen leads. Here comes Alonso. Can we get out in front of Di Resta? We need to get out in front of Di Resta. I don't think we will. He's going to get us in the braking zone here into Rettifilio, I think. No, he doesn't. Nice. All right, we have a chance. Alonso is storming up to the back of Jensen. That's fine. We are 6.5 seconds behind Alonso. No, wait. Yeah, that's leader gap, isn't it? So, yeah. There we go, 6.5 seconds. Vettel, unfortunately.
We are ready for you.
We've got a quicker compounder tyre, but we won't be able to give it as much punishment as Alonso can do to his hards. And we've got to watch out for Seb. Grosjean's car gets worse. And we are ending the pole. So, after a shaky start, Chat got behind me, and we ended up with a 73% yes, we're going to win against 27 no. Let's hope I can repay that faith. So we try and break away from Vettel. Lose that DRS. He's in the slipstream. It's going to be tricky to do. Also now less than 3 seconds behind Jensen. Schumacher closing in on Alonso with a new fastest lap. A 1:21.7. That is very quick. Could not get far enough ahead of Seb to stay clear. So we just have to hope that his tyres overheat behind us and that he doesn't slow us down in our hunt for Fernando. It's going to make Jensen very difficult to get past. Hopefully. There we go. Vettel's right on us, look. We can get two more laps here out of Jensen.
Now.
Okay, buddy, let's see what we've got.
Oh, he's just got so much pace. With that slipstream and the fresh tyres and the DRS. Can we at least pressure him into making a mistake as Schumacher gets overtaken? All right, let's say tucked up behind. Let's save some tyre wear See if Seb's got the pace to go after Alonso and bring us with him. Don't have enough pace left in these tyres. We've pretty much killed them.
And reminder for recharge.
We'll get one more lap out of them. And then we'll box Jensen. All right, over to you, Seb. Handing you the baton. Go hunt down Fernando.
Box now.
Going for it, look. He's going after Jensen really quick. Well, Jensen's slow, but he's going after him. You have to use the battery just to stay with him a bit. DRS. As Jensen peels off into the pits to deny Seb. Let's have a good stop. We'll come out behind quite a few cars, but we'll have soft tyres. It's a good stop as well. That might be the quickest stop of the day. 2.138.
There'll be racing cars at pit
Might
exit.
be our quickest stop of the season. Come out behind Ricardo. So P10 for Jensen.
Currently, you are P10.
Well, we should get some quick overtakes in. Yellow flag. Oh, that's a VSC. No, Adrian Sutil running wide into Della Roja, or out
As they
of Della
get
Roja.
through the Valianti della Roggia. Just a bit too wide at that point. That won't do the floor of the car any good at all.
I think we just gave up the DRS as we crossed that line there. Not sure. We might have got it. No, we gave it up. Rojan has the DRS on
Good
us.
window, well done.
Recharge on.
So Vettel is closing down Fernando, and we are just about staying with him. Tricky without pushing the tyres. We have to give him a little bit of a punch, just because we don't really have much in the way of DRS left, or sorry, battery left.
Gap.
I want to make sure we stay in that 1
1.7.
second window to get the slipstream and
We don't want to lose
an
too much time.
opportunity to reharvest some battery.
Lift off end of straight. Cool the car.
Oh, come on, Ricardo. That's dirty. And Vettel's dropped us.
Deep breath. You're going to be okay.
Damn it.
Pack is high.
Recharge on.
Maximum PU cooling.
Really fast slap for Seb. Right here. Oh, safety car.
No hot done.
Oh, this is going to work out beautifully for those who stayed out or boxed very early. A full safety car. I'm going to box Schumacher again for another set of softs. We've got a big enough gap, I think. Because De Resta, Hulkenberg, well, maybe not Hulkenberg, I'm not sure about Hulkenberg, but De Resta and Hamilton and Maldonado all will stop for fresh tyres. Certain about Alonso might even do that as well.
Safety car deployed. Safety car, recharge button on.
What happened?
Remember recharge.
Down to
Yeah,
positive.
oh, has he broken his underfloor? Yeah. Broke his underfloor. Hitting an exit curve through Ascari. We see that time and time again around this circuit.
Pack is high.
Stones on track.
Alright, so Rosberg has boxed.
Pick clear air if you can.
And he's gone soft, so I expect to see a lot of soft tyres coming out of the pit lane. Softs and mediums, depending on what people have got. But I don't expect to see hards. Got soft, medium,
Something's
Wickens
not
and
gone
Yankee
right in
coming
the
out.
pits.
Let's see. Softs. And softs. And there we go, Alonso's in. And so are we. That's a critical stop. And I think Alonso just got screwed over. He did, because we came in. He had to wait for us to come in before he could be released, and that's allowed Seb to jump him. De Resta and Hulkenberg through, so we are nose to tail, still where we were in third place. Seb's got the lead now instead of Alonso. And we're going to keep Jensen out. and try and jump back up into 4th place. Beautiful. Beautiful. That safety car has brought Jensen right back into play. Right, let's take advantage of the safety car. Pop a quick little ad break. Well, Seb has actually put on hard tyres. That I did not expect. Maybe he didn't have any softs or mediums left. And we're not behind the safety car this time, being in 3rd and 4th. So Schumacher's tyres will not get cooked this time around. Alonso went softs, as did we. De Resta went mediums, Hulkenberg went soft, Maldonado went soft, Hamilton went medium, had that penalty that he had to serve in the pit lane, which is why he's down in 10th. 5-second penalty that had to be added on. Ricciardo went mediums, Rosberg and Sutil went soft, Grosjean went medium, Verne went medium, Bianchi and Wickens also went softs as well. So the only one who did put on a little set of hard tyres, Seb. The one car I did not expect to put hards on did. So, let's take a look at the championship standings as they are, shall we? So, as things currently stand, Seb will be top with 220 points. Alonso in 2nd with 205. Schumacher will move up into 3rd above Hamilton with 186. Hamilton with 185. He's on for 1 point at the moment. Expect that to change though. And then Jensen with 113 ahead of De Resta, Maldonado, Hulkenberg, Grosjean and Rosberg. In the constructors, we will stay top. The gap will come down by 4 points as things currently stand, as Red Bull jump Mercedes. We'll have an 11-point gap at the top. It's still a long way to go in this Grand Prix. 36. So we will have 17 laps to go at the end of this lap. Plenty of time for Rosberg to bring himself back up into the top 10, for Hamilton to gain positions on the 2 Force Indias. Maybe just to get ahead of front 2. My fingers crossed on that one. Another lap with the safety car at least. Still waiting for Wickens and Bianchi to catch up. Nobody is a lap down, so there'll be no instruction to let lapped cars through. does, we'll have 16 racing laps. It is coming in at the end of this lap. We'll find out at the end of the straight as we hit Vialoni and Ascari. That's the end of sector 2, and that's when the safety car will give the notification. And there we go. Safety car is coming in this lap. Schumacher's tyre still getting a little too hot. We've got fuel to push to the end of the Grand Prix.
Let's see what pace you can do.
And we are racing again. No overtaking till we cross the start-finish line. The rest has jumped us.
There are opportunities ahead.
And Button gets back through. Good job, Jensen. Jensen's tyres definitely not as fresh.
Good job.
That's something we have to be wary of. Laps to go. Just not quite close enough. And Hamilton's car gets worse. Had a fault earlier.
There! Oh dear, that's not
We
what
don't
they
know whether
need
it's the
right
same
now.
fault or something else. Guess is it's another fault. I think the first one cleared itself, this one hasn't. Stay tucked up. Let them fight.
Is low.
Jensen got back into DRS range. That's good. Put him into toppers now.
The recharge on is good.
Alonso gets through. Oh, Ricciardo has had a collision, I think, with Rosberg. No, Rosberg spun.
Let's
That's
have a
why
look
Ricciardo
at
went wide.
We're watching the Ferrari. And the rear just lets go. And there's not much they can do about that now.
So that's taken one of the Ferraris completely out of contention. And then we had another accident, or another spin
Yellow flags.
at Della Roja. We did. Adrian Sutil spinning. And it blocked traffic. I wonder why a gap suddenly opened up. Jensen under pressure. Losing touch with the front runners.
There's still opportunities here.
Vettel and Alonso still scrapping it out in front of us, and we are just biding our time. Getting that battery full. Going to protect the tyres as much as we can. We might even be able to pinch a position here. We're lucky. Jean-Eric Verne has a bit of an issue there. Fighting with Grosjean. Gets the place back, and can he get through on Valtteri as well? Valtteri resolute in his defence there. Maldonado has broken away and is trying to come after the front runners. Let's make sure Jensen doesn't get dropped.
Use overtake.
The rest is putting pressure on.
And a reminder for the recharge button.
Sorry, the rest is going to get us. Maybe not yet. It's just a matter of time, I think. This is the downside to keeping Jensen out, is that you don't have that level of grip that everybody else does. Rosberg back up into 18th place now. He gets past Robert Wickens. Maldonado has joined the queue at the front. It's just starting to stretch a little bit. Tyre pace slightly. 11 laps to go. And now Di Resta gets through on Jensen.
plenty to play for.
Don't get dropped. Tyres are behaving weird. They're behaving as though the temperature is fluctuating, even though it hasn't moved an inch all the way through. It's still green.
Deep breath. We're going to be okay.
So it makes me think that it's this panel that's broken here.
And recharge should be on.
Later, we are going to need to make a move. I'm back in harvest, going to get that battery topped up fully.
Recharge on.
Move now. We're not going to overcome that slipstream. Can get him in the braking zone. We don't get squeezed. Ah, we got squeezed. Damn it. Can we get him here into Della Rocha? Nope. He might have a little look into the first Lesmo there. Decided against it. Not yet. Now. No, still not. I'm going to run out of battery again soon. Again, trying to overcome that slipstream. Can't do it. Ooh, there we go. Seb gave us the window. Pulled out of the slipstream and led us through. Thank you, Seb. I'm sure you didn't mean to do that. Evening, Whiskers. Enough. You can turn them back up.
Okay, to push.
Can we get another famous Schumacher win at Monza? Laps are ticking down, but we're in a good spot in second place in the slipstream and the DRS of Fernando. under pressure again. He's going to have to spend his battery.
Use overtake.
Hulkenberg is pushing. Hamilton gets overtaken briefly by Ricciardo. And again, round the outside of Curva Grande. And slots back ahead into Della Roggia. Very nice. The rest is now caught back up to Maldonado. He's broken clear. Trying to get Jensen to catch up. Let's give him a little bit of a tyre thrash.
Keep chipping away.
Still not quite ready to go after Fernando. Not yet.
Pack is low.
Focusing purely as Di Resta and Maldonado side by side. And there's Jensen back in contention again.
Recharge on.
Start harvesting again.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good
Vettel
shape.
has dropped away a little bit. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, Maldonado having a spin. Let's let Jensen through. And it's also slowed down Hulkenberg.
Now we can see what happened. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. Whoa!
Just past
and
the things.
around they spin.
Oh, nearly
dearie me,
clipped
you
Jensen
don't
there
want to be doing that.
as he came back over the curves. It's close. All right, we are getting very, very close to making the break. We're going to make it now, actually. Couldn't quite get alongside him. Get that slipstream. Take the run. He's trying to fight us off. We squeeze him a little bit on the inside of the curb. We're through, and now we have to push like crazy. And Maldonado's lost another place.
Recharge on.
This Hulkenberg's got him. We've got a 3-second gap in front and behind.
Okay, maximum.
But this is the gap that we're worried about. We've broken the 1 second. So Alonso is going to have to deal with Vettel. And this will give us a chance to try and break away. We're almost out of that spare fuel. Still a little bit of battery left. We've got plenty of tyre wear left. Enough to keep these tyres thrashed now for the rest of the race.
Need to push.
So, we have a 1.8 second lead with 4 laps to go. And Vettel is putting pressure on Fernando, which should slow the pair of them down a little bit. Vettel's going to try and get alongside and actually takes the leap into the chicane. Gap's now 2 seconds. And Alonso put the pressure back on Seb and slow him down again. hope so. Can we get Jensen back into contention for 4th place against
In maximum pace now.
De Resta? Once it's been dropped, Seb is going to come charging after us. We're out of spare fuel. Tyres are now into the upper echelon of their temperature window. This is going to be a very nervy last 3 laps. Seb might have enough pace to come after us. He has left Alonso behind, so Alonso's tyres are done, I think. We kept ours alive for just this occasion, but now we've got Sebastian closing in fast. And he's in DRS range. Damn it. This is why we can't have nice things because of Sebastian Vettel.
Use the overtake button.
Now we are comfortably clear, Fernando. Maldonado's lost out to Ricciardo. Maldonado's tyres are done. Hamilton might be able to get another place here. Schumacher taking a very defensive line. Not letting Seb get a run at us at all here.
Pack is low. Suggest increased LICO.
My heart rate's bumping. Off again. Let's see what my heart rate monitor is. Actually, not too bad. It's 68. It was at 68. 64. 64 beats a minute. I just feel that nervous sort of tension. Maybe my stress level's a little higher. Stay ahead. Come on. We're so close. We are so close. All right, dump the battery. Just got to survive the run to the Parabolica, and we will win this Grand Prix. We're not going to get into 4th place, but Button's target was 5th anyway. He is going to secure that. Schumacher is going to hang on. We are going to win. There we go. Come on! Come on! Yes! Not just a podium, but it's a victory. It's a victory over Sebastian, which means, unfortunately, we're only going to close the gap to him by 8 points. But, no, by 7 points. But at least we closed the gap a bit.
And McLaren is the winner.
Just an incredible demonstration of why they belong in Formula One.
It's a great, great result.
That's the checkered flag. Well done, mate. P5.
Jensen
Good effort
secures
today.
his target for some extra funds and some extra points in the constructors. Once again, he is best of the rest in terms of the second cars. De Resta
So when you get
finished
to the
in
FIA,
fourth.
we do turn the
with
car
Hamilton
fully
down
off,
in
kill the
ninth.
engine, wait for 5 seconds,
That
and then turn it
scored-
fully off with the ignition switch.
We've outscored, all three of our rival teams with the second car. So we will extend our lead in the constructors' standings as well. We will take a step closer to the top of the driver standings. And Schumacher gets win number 3 this season.
The McLaren driver put in a great performance today.
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right, the driver included, of course.
Pure elation there as the driver regroups with a team that worked so hard to see this moment. Now, Karun, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
And of course, a podium means we get to put on the podium cap. Bridgestone, because we are running Bridgestone tyres in this series. So, Schumacher gets another win. Seb gets second place, up 5 places for him. He got the fastest lap in the end as well. Alonso finished in third. Then it was De Resta fourth. Jensen in fifth. Hulkenberg, a great result for him and for us, actually, in sixth place, because it takes points away from Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes. As did Daniel Ricciardo, finishing in 7th. Great result for him. Then it was Maldonado, Hamilton, Raikkonen takes the final point in 10th. Then it was Sutil in 11th. 12th was Jaime Alguersuari, 13th for Jean-Eric Vergne, 14th for Bianchi, 15th, and down 12 places for Nico Rosberg, who had a terrible Grand Prix yet again. 16th place for Romain Grosjean, 17th and 18th for Williams. They managed to recover a little bit from a really bad qualifying, but still way down the order. 19th for Robert Wickens, 20th for Sergio Perez. 2 retirements. Both of them, I suspect, were broken underfloors. Esteban Gutierrez retiring and bringing out that late safety car, which we jumped in and switched our tyres on. For Schumacher, and Bruno Senna quite early on, lap 2 or 3, breaking his underfloor after damaging it early doors on the first lap, and then a couple of laps later completely breaking it. So let's take a look at the driver's standings. It is still Sebastian Vettel top. He has 213 points. Fernando Alonso second with 202. Schumacher now into third place, jumping Lewis Hamilton on 196 points. So the gap is now just 17 points to the top of the standings. We are nibbling away bit by bit. In fourth place, Lewis Hamilton on 182. Jensen now on 110. Paul Di Resta on 95. Maldonado has 66. Then it's Hulkenberg moving above teammate Grosjean into 8th place, 55 points against 52. And Rosberg in 10th, just 42 points. A very disappointing season for him so far. Adrian Sutil is 11th, Ricciardo in 12th now with 2 places gained, jumping Perez and Kimi Raikkonen with 20 points. Raikkonen with 15 now, Perez on 14. Then it's Bruno Senna with 13. Bianchi has a point, as does Valtteri. And then the non-scorers, Jaime Alguersuari in 18th, ahead of Gutierrez. Jean-Eric Vergne moving ahead of Marcus Ericsson. and then Robert Wickens bringing up the tail end of the field. In the constructor standings, McLaren have 307 points, 35 points gained this weekend, massively outscoring all of our rivals. Mercedes only picking up 14 points. They're now on 281 in second, and they are, quick mental maths, 26 points now behind us. Then it's Red Bull with 279 points, Ferrari on 244, Sauber now on 107 points. Then Lotus with 44. Toro Rosso up 2 places into 7th. They're on 20 points now. Caterham down a place. They have 15 points, as do Force India. That extra point they picked up today, thanks to Kimi, moves them level on points with Caterham, but they're still behind them in the standings. Then it's Williams with a point, and Marussia yet to score still. In the pit stop challenge, Hamilton's stop just pipped us. He got a 2.105. Jensen with a 2.138 to take the second quickest stop. Schumacher not on the leaderboard, unfortunately. Then it's Red Bull in third. Caterham take fourth. Fifth goes to Toro Rosso. Sixth and eighth go to Force India, with Williams in between in seventh. Ninth for Adrian Sutil's Lotus, and Sauber 10th, and the final point there for Romain Grosjean's stop. Once again, Ferrari absolutely nowhere. So in the standings, Red Bull 262 points on top. We closed the gap, but only by 3 points. We're on 235, so we're now 27 points behind. Then it's Mercedes with 200, Caterham with 172, Lotus with 141. Force India move up above Toro Rosso. Both teams on 93 points, but Toro Rosso are the team that's in 6th. Then it's Sauber with 69 points. Williams moving above Marussia. They're on 25 points. Marussia on 23. And Ferrari have finally managed to get a quicker stop, but they're still pointless so far this season. Their new best stop, 3.333 seconds. Let's see. Schumacher's best stop, a 2.319. We needed a mid to low 2.2 to get on the board. So no points there for Schumacher today, unfortunately. But we're still in good shape. Both of our drivers hit their sponsor targets. We also have to pay out a $500,000 bonus to Schumacher for getting a win. So $812,500 added. Let's head back to HQ and start prepping for the next race, which is Singapore. Okay, so Tom Blomqvist has gone up by a point. He's now 73 overall. We are back here at HQ, just 4 days until Singapore, and this will be next Thursday's Grand Prix. That's when we return on Monday. We will be returning to our Aston Martin save file and heading to Monaco to see if we can maybe steal a point from the Principality. But before we get there, we've got a little bit of housekeeping to do here. So let's see, we've got $3.5 million in the bank. No slots available yet. Something has broken on one of the cars, at least. Let's see as we dive into the inbox and take a look at our post-race data. And 4 parts have failed. A chassis, an underfloor, and a suspension have all failed on Schumacher's car. Side pods have failed now on Jensen's car. We'll need to swap those out. Should have spare parts of those. And there we see our expected finishes: 4th against an actual finish at 1st for Schumacher, 7th against 5th for Jensen. Board must be delighted with that result. They better be. The GP3 Championship has come to its conclusion. Final race was here at Monza, and let's see who won the GP3 Championship. Marco Sorensen won with 203 points ahead of Luca Giotto and John Lancaster. Then it was Lorenzo Galli, Jan Mardenborough, Javed Bardwaj, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Kevin Cecil ahead of Jack Harvey, Raimundo Cortez, Tom Dillman, Nick Cassidy, Alex Fontana, Jake Hughes, Nathaniel Bertol, Joseph Krall, Shigeru Imaui, João Gomez, Vladimir Vasile, Martin Nagel, Jordan King, Christian Alvarado, Alex Lynn, Pierre Laurent, Arthur Urban, Paulo Simon, or Simon, Klaus Friedrich, Julian Leal, Jake Dennis, Oliver Rowland, and it's Pietro Citrollo who finishes bottom of the standings. There we go. Hilmer Motorsport taking home the Constructors' Championship ahead of Trident and ART. Right, let's check in with the board, see what they thought. They must be delighted, surely. They are delighted. Fantastic. We are now one place ahead of our season objective. Oh, hang on a minute. No, we are. Our target's third, isn't it? I'm thinking of something else. I thought our target was fourth. Our target is to finish third, and we are in first. So we're 2 places clear of where we need to be. We are winning the Constructors' Championship. Long-term target was to get 6 podiums. Or 6 races with podium finishes this season. We've got 9 now, so more than completed that. We're at 150% of our target on that one, which is very, very nice. Let's fix up the cars if we can. Yeah, the rear wing and the side pods are going to fail on this car after the next race. No question about that. Let's get these replacements on. Suspensions might be a little short. Chassis might be an issue as well, but we do have new ones coming. We just have to get through this next Grand Prix, I think. Yeah, we're all okay here. Rear wing's going to fail for definite, I would imagine, after this next race. And then we've got 3 parts that are medium risk as well. We might see failures there. Yes says, this is what Formula 1 is all about. Shame when we see Monza this season, it's going to be appalling. Yeah, it's not going to be a great race this year, is it? There's going to be some yo-yoing. There's going to be a lot of derating, a lot of lifting and coasting in certain places, I think. It's definitely going to be an energy-starved circuit. I mean, down the long straight, you've got a heavy braking zone in that chicane. And then you've got Curva Grande, that'll be flat, that'll be a deployment zone. Another good harvesting spot at the second chicane, Della Roja. And then a short little spurt into the 2 Lesmos. There'll be some lifting and coasting through the Lesmos, I think, to make sure there's some battery available for the run down to Vialone and Ascari. But that's very fast through there. There may be a little bit of lifting through there, but there won't be much braking going on into there. And then, you know, it's going to be a run to the Parabolica, and then that's quite a fast corner. So, yeah, there's going to be very little energy left at the end of the lap. That's going to be the problem, because the batteries can only hold so much charge at any one point. But they're going to get a load of charge just hitting that first chicane at Rettifilio. So they have to use that through Curva Grande, or at least some of that through Curva Grande before they hit the next chicane at Della Roja, because again, it can only hold so much battery. But then from that point on, there's very little energy recovery that will actually take place in terms of like heavy braking on the run all the way through to that first chicane again. So yeah, the beginning of the lap should be fine. Everywhere else is going to be a bit of a shit show, I think. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. Right, let's take a look at our calendar, shall we? We are... where are we? Here. There we go. So, nothing ahead. And then we go to Singapore next Thursday. And after Singapore, we will have a spare suspension, which we will need, because we're not working on suspensions at the moment. And then we'll have another side pod, chassis, and underfloor design to build. And plenty of time, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks just about, to build enough parts to get us to Suzuka. We'll have an ATR coming up. We'll have another sponsor period. There's the rear wing, and that only takes 3 days of wings, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll have a week in hand before, and still have 4 rear wings. So rear wings aren't going to be an issue at all. We might not have much in the way of spares though up here from these parts. Maybe 1 each if we're lucky. Let's see. I think they'll all take about 7 days. Might take 8, depends how much our factory is degraded and whether or not we're using it for the sponsors. So if we say 8 days each, we're going to need 24 days. So it'll be 7, 14, 21, 28. Oh, yeah, we will just get 3 of each of those parts. So we'll have a spare for each car, and then the final spare will drop before we go to COTA. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all. And the fact that we'll have a nice chunk of cash here as well means more parts which we can get into development, hopefully to get those in time for here, the final 3 Grand Prix. As we have a triple header to end the season, starting there's COTA. So that's Miami. What was Miami? Miami's a stand-in for Sochi. Miami is a stand-in for Sochi, the Russian Grand Prix. Yeah, we should hopefully have enough time from that injection of cash a couple of weeks back there before we get to COTA to actually get our last round of upgrades in for the final 3 races and that triple header to end the season. It's getting tight, isn't it? It's getting very tight. It's advanced time. And there we go. So we are now prepped and ready for Singapore, and the factory's on fire. Oh no, wait, it's no longer on fire. I forgot that it was on fire because we haven't been building anything. Okay, fair enough. This is the forecast for next Thursday. Warm, not expecting rain. Again, going to take our not expecting rain, except on Friday and Saturday. Maybe dry on Sunday. Yeah, it's a lot of rain over the weekend, isn't it? Just nothing on race day. But we can't take these temperatures as gospel. We saw proof positive of that tonight. It was supposed to be blisteringly cold, and it was not at all. So, yeah. We'll see what the temperatures are when we actually get there. But there we go. Those are the current drivers and constructors standings, and that is where we are going to leave it for today. I hope you have enjoyed our stream tonight. If you have and you haven't already done so, then please give us a thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. Don't forget, you can also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that, and click on the bell for notifications for all things on the channel. Live streams, notifications, posts, new video content, anything that drops. I'll be back on Monday with the resumption of our Aston Martin series as we go to Monaco. And until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.